Hi, this is Priyanka Gambhir. Today I'm going to present presentation on curtain and blinds companies data analysis project. This is an individual reflection, and we were 4 members all together in this project. And my main role was data analysis, but I have played another role as well. And here is more detail about the project. The project was started on 15th of March 2022 and it was ended by 19th of June 2022. Mike was our client and our supervisor was Rajesh Thotha. So here's a table of content which these are the things that I have covered in this individual reflection. That is, the first one is project introduction, then problem statement, then proposed solution for the particular problems, then justification of contribution as per allocated hours, then justification of contribution as per skill set and largest contribution to the project, then unique things I did or learned during this whole project, and then things I like the most about this project, and couple of ideas to improve this course, and then conclusion. So I will start with introduction. Our client is Mike, who is an owner of Australian curtain and blind company, and who wants to expand his business in US as well. But currently, he has only his factory outlets in Australia, and he wants to improve his production line performance to cope with demand in new market. And apart from this, the company offer customized product to match with customers' preferences in order to meet their demands. And presently, there are 5 teams working in the factory, but they're gonna double up in next 6 months. And in each team, there are 8 members working on certain tasks in routine, and each member know all the process of assembling uh, and pro, making of a curtain and blind, so they can work in all the positions. And this is all about the introduction of the company and project. So there are problem statement. The very first problem is like the client's company is expanding its operations in United States as well, and their purchase order vary from time to time as they offer customized products, and he wants to improve production line performance to meet the needs of our new market. And secondly, like there are only 5 teams which are working in the factory, so there's another problem. He may need more employees to work as he's expanding his business in US as well. The third thing is, like due to increase in production line with the installation of new machines, there could be a high chances of mismanagement of things, delayed orders, wastage of resources, delay in production process, and unorganized working pattern. And as there are more purchase orders and more sales and profits, so there must be a more data to record, which is another problem. And then productivity, low productivity could be another issue, which will ultimately lead to unhappy clients. Then proposed solution for the given problems are, like we have created an interactive dashboard for the managers and owner of the Australian blind and curtain company with drill down features or filters of certain variable for all the key stakeholders so that they can view it anytime, anywhere to make best strategic decisions. And secondly, the system or the dashboard provides some measurable factors regarding teams, sales, revenue, and customers. And the third thing is the project team also modeled and developed a 3-year database with dummy data, which include data related to employee, product, customer, supplier, and purchase order by using SQL database. The fourth is, like data can be upgraded or more entities can be added to it anytime. So these are the solutions to the proposed to the like problem statement. So in this project, we have used 27 user stories altogether, and there are 4 dashboards that we have created in Power BI. The first one is sales dashboard, which include all the information regarding the sales throughout the 3 years, which shows average sales, minimum sales, maximum sales according to the according to the size, according to the color. All about sales is included in sales dashboard. And then there is a team dashboard, which will show how many employees are working presently in the factory, how many males are there, how many females are there, which team performed the best, which team did the overtime, and which team performed the least, so that the HR manager can manage his employees accordingly and reward them accordingly, and he can also give them trainings to improve their efficiencies as well. So there is a supplier dashboard, which will include all about supplier, like how many suppliers are there who is supplying products or material to the company, like raw material, and which supplier supplied which kind of material. Like there's so many different kind of materials in the company being used in the factory, like cloth, fabric, colors for dyeing. Then there is PVC for making blinds, etc. So supplier dashboard includes like which supplier delivered the material on time, or which supplier didn't deliver on time. So all these things are included in supplier dashboards. So the last but not the least is profit dashboard, which include all about profit, like how much profit the company earned during these 3 years, and for each year also, by selling different kind of products, which product give them the most profit, and everything, like things like that are included in profit dashboard. So next is project methodology. We have used Agile Scrum methodology in this project. So which is which focus on adaptability and flexibility. Agile Scrum method is focus on adaptability and flexibility, and it's an interactive and incremental methodology which involves several cycles of development in order to achieve best in order to improve the product's outcome and in order to achieve the goals. So in agile method, the requirements are not fixed. They keep on changing according to the need of the customers, because customer satisfaction is the ultimate goal here. And agile include a variety of frameworks such as Kanban, Scrum, Lean, and XM. And we have used Scrum framework in this project. So Scrum framework is a framework which divides a project into several parts, which we call sprints. And Scrum is an agile method of implementing complex projects that may need to respond to scope or criteria changes. Scrum framework usually involves small teams, like a member of three, and it also includes daily team meetings and stand-up meetings, which are weekly basis, and also client and supervisor meeting, which are weekly basis, to review the sprints so that they can be improved at the end of the project. And Scrum framework also deliver the solutions that can fit the demands of the customer in small increments. The main component of the Scrum framework are a prioritized backlog containing the end user requirements, secondly sprints, and thirdly Scrum events, which include sprint planning, meeting, daily Scrum meeting, and sprint review meetings. So here's a justification of contribution as per hours allocated. In whole project, our whole project was divided into 3 sprints, which is sprint 1, 2, and 3. Sprint 1 was started on 25th of March and finished by 8th of April 2022. And I have worked 80 hours altogether in sprint 1. And my main role was data analysis, dashboard management, data visualization, dashboard designer, and researcher. In sprint 2, I have played the same roles which I have played in sprint 1. And I have worked total 120 hours, and it was started on 22nd of May and finished by 20th of May 2022. And sprint 3 was started by 23 of May and finished by 10th July 2022. And in same like sprint 2, I have worked 120 hours in sprint 3 as well. And my main role was data analysis, dashboard management, and data visualization, and dashboard designer, and researcher as well. And then here's a justification of contribution as per skill set. So I have used my skills for like skills of data modeling, I have used my data modeling skills in this project. I have used my dashboard generation skills, and then database generation skills, then communication skills, then project management skills, data analytics skills, researcher, then project writing skills. The data modeling skills I have used, which I have learned in the previous subject. I learned how to identify the entities, how to identify the attributes, primary and secondary key, and how to effectively make the relationships, set the relationships among the different entities. So dashboards and next is that database generation skills that I have learned from the subject that I have studied in the previous semester, which was data warehousing. I learned how to generate database. Then data analytics skills. I have used my data analytics skills in this um, for calculating some formulas and stuff. And then dashboard designing skills, I have watched a number of YouTube videos, and I gained the skills from there, and I use those skills in making interactive and effective dashboard. Then project management skills, I have used my project management skills that I have learned in a course which I have studied previous semester again, which was like leadership. It was all about managing a project. Although I was not a manager, but still I was managing the project at the back end. And communication skills I have used throughout the project, while doing team meetings, while doing stand-up meetings with clients and supervisor, and while demonstrating the project. So altogether, I have used my communication skills throughout this project. Then there is researcher skills. I use my researcher skills to do academic and commercial research for the project. Then project writing skills I have used to write the final report. Then there's the largest contribution to the project. There are basically 5 largest contribution to the project as per me. The first is literature review and development of user stories. Second is generation of data model. Then creation and population of database in SQL Server Management Studio. Then working on sprints, then creating interactive dashboards. These are the 5 largest main things in the project. So I will start with the literature review. I have read academic research and commercial research in this project. For academic research, I did to get help for creating and finalizing user stories, to analyze and select a proper analytical designing tool. Then I did academic research to study the process of dashboard designing and the best tool used for it. Commercial research I have did for basically to analyze the existing research papers related to dashboard designing. I did commercial research to analyze the use of dashboards in the different fields. Then I did commercial research to study the use of dashboards in making effective decisions. And then I did this research to study the advantages of dashboards, such as the time saving, cost saving, and enhance decision making. Apart from this, I did commercial research to see the trends, the trend of sales and profit in this particular market, like what's gonna be the trend in future, and what was the sales and profit pattern in this particular industry, so that I can make a effective dashboard for the client. Then there's a conclusion that I have been drawn from the literature review, which is like, for making strategic decisions, Power BI, like development of Power BI dashboards, may be the best or useful tool. And then second thing I have learned is it is very essential to ensure that data is purified before we proceed with this data. Then third thing I have learned is like involving the user in the analysis and design process and validating the result will greatly improve the quality of the required dashboard. Then the fourth thing I have learned is like Power BI can run business analysis at higher level, which allow users to quickly create predictive model by dragging, dropping, and connecting model. data and evaluate the result. And then here are evidence of contribution. This is the data model, very first thing. So in data model, we have used 7 entities altogether, which are supplier, material, products, stock, purchase order, customer, and employee, with the respective attributes. And there's a respective primary and foreign key of each entity, and they had some relationship to another entities as well. So this is the data model. Then another thing is user stories. There are 27 user stories altogether, but I have worked on these user stories. Like I have created these user stories. The first is, as a COE, I want to know the sales for the past 3 years so that I can check if the sale will increase or decrease in the near future. So we can see this thing from here, the sales dashboard. So here is the sales dashboard, and we can see average sales for 2019, 20, and 21. We can clearly see that in year 2019, the sales was maximum, and year 2021, the sales is minimum. And the trend we can see is decreasing trend. The sales keep on decreasing from 2019 to 2021. And then second user story is like as a COE, which is a user story number 4, like its code is USO4. As a COE, I want to view which curtain size is being sold the least and the most, so can I stock the items accordingly. So curtain sold by size, right? So here is the curtain which is sold by their sizes. We can clearly see the size large has been sold the maximum, which is 39,312, and triple XL is the product size which has sold least, and medium is the second maximum sold product by the size. And furthermore, user story number 5, like O5, as a COE, I want to know which color curtain is sold the most so that I can understand customer preferences regarding the colors. So here we can see the curtain sold maximum by its color. Here, so this is the graph. Here we can see cream white stuff is the color which is like color of the curtain which is sold maximum, and embroidery matte finish is the color of the product, color of the curtain which liked least by the customers. Okay, then further we can see here USO8, as a COE, I want to know which is the most expensive product so that I can focus on minimizing the cost of the product. So the most expensive product, here we can see the curtain cost on average, like which curtain costs the most to the company. So here we can clearly see like window set curtains are the ones who cost most to the company. And we can see the single panel curtains are the cheapest one among all. And the second costly product is blackout style curtains. And here is the US 9. As a human resource manager, I need to understand the team that has the highest overtime so that employees' wages can be managed easily. Team with the highest overtime. So we will go to the team. Here we can see the teams or employees with the highest, with the different overtimes per week. And here we can see the teams by overtime. Here we can see team A and team B, and team B had the maximum overtime. No, sorry, team A had the maximum overtime. There is pretty much similar. Yeah. Yeah, here we can see team C. Actually, team C from all the 3 years had the maximum overtime. If we want to see for only 2029, we can see team A had the maximum overtime, and the second maximum overtime is done by team B. It's just a minimum slightly difference in team A and team B overtime. Okay, so next user story is US 1111. Like, as a human resource manager, I need to understand the number of males and females in each team so that I can get effective team output. Here we can see a donut chart which tells it's in two color, which is blue and sea green, and blue color represents the number of males in a team in a factory, and the sea green color indicates the number of or percentage of females, which are 32 out of 100, like 40% out of 100%. And again, US 13, we can see as a human resource manager, I want to understand in which year a supplier fulfilled orders on time so that I can work with multiple suppliers accordingly. Like, in which year supplier fulfilled orders. Like, so we will go to suppliers. Here we can see the order status by year. Like, this is the donut chart which is in two color, which blue and pink. So we can see in 2019, 50, like, count of order status is 50, and blue represents the orders on time and pink represents the delayed orders. So here's in 2020, there are count of order status is 50, and this is the data for 2021, and this is the data for 2019 for the delayed ones, for 2020 for the delayed ones, and similarly for 21 for the delayed orders. This is the donut chart which shows in two colors, and orders on time and orders which are not on time. And in US 15, as a human resource manager, I need to understand which team has made more products so that I can record them for the promotions, or like, again, which team made more products. So we will go to teams. So we will go to team here. Which team made more orders? So here we can clearly see maximum orders created by team. So team C is the one who created the maximum number of orders, which are 437, and team E is the one who have created least number of orders, which are 403. From this, a manager can give rewards to ones who have created maximum orders. In US 17, as a human resource manager, I need to understand employee with minimum overtime and maximum overtime so that I can find the dedicated employees of the organization. So maximum overtime and minimum overtime we can see from here. So we can see all the employees with their respective number of hours they did over per week. So here we can see here is a summary of all the employees as per the number of over hours they have worked each week. Then again, in the US 27, as a manager, I need to know the top 5 customers who purchase the most from us so that I can send promotional emails and make them our loyal customers. So I want to see the top uh, top 5 customers. So here I can get the summary of all the top 5 customers who have purchased from us more frequently. So these are the user stories I have worked on. So then there is another evidence, which is database creation. We have firstly created the dummy data for last 3 years on the Excel. Then we have imported that dummy data from Excel to SQL Server Management Studio, and we have created the tables. And then we have connect these, we have used this information to create our Power BI dashboard. Then here is another evidence, which is a Gantt chart. So this is all about the evidences. And here are the things that I have learned throughout this project. The thing I have learned is I have improved my communication skills during this project, working on this project. I have improved my research skills working on this project, and I have learned about database creation for the large companies. And I have improved my knowledge regarding SQL scripts. And I have also improved my data collection skills while collecting dummy data for while collecting and searching for a data for this project. And I have learned about time management. uh, like time management is the key to success. Like in this project there are so many mismanagements. It's really important to manage the time in between the teams and with the client and supervisor meetings. So I have learned how to manage the time. And the seventh thing I have learned is utilizing the most appropriate chart will allow clients' expectations to be met. So it is very important basically to use the appropriate chart as per the information so that we can meet the client's needs appropriately. So the things I have liked the most during this project is working on this master project extend my understanding and knowledge about various things that give me more self-confidence, of course. Then significant assistance and engagement for both the supervisor and client throughout the project was the best thing ever. Then frequent workshops and customer and supervisor meetings and weekly stand-up meetings played tremendous role in enhancing the knowledge, because weekly supervisor and client meetings gives us feedback which we use to increase our next sprint and our next step, which help us to improve our project at the end, like all over improvement, which helps in all over improvement of our project. Then there are a couple of ideas to improve the course. So the very first suggestion from my side is like more team members to be included in the group, so that more ideas can be generated, more minds can work together to formulate more user stories, to formulate more dashboard designs, to perfectly satisfy the customer's need. Then more time to be allocated for the project so that dashboard can be designed at a more advanced level. Like the thing I feel is the time frame is the kind of barrier, like the time is very short. So that's what I feel, but that can be improved. Then UI design for the database to be incorporated in the project. Then the fourth is the team members should be teamed up with the professionals to guide them throughout the project. Although there was client and supervisors, but team professionals could be our previous students, our seniors, who can guide on this project, who can guide us on this project continuously, because they have gone through this project already and they had new, fresh and advanced experience. So they can guide us more, although there are client and supervisor who can guide us on each step, but this could be another benefit that we can get. So here is the conclusion. The conclusion is like it provided a solution to a number of issues that an Australian curtain and blind firm was experiencing. So the conclusion of this dashboard is that a dashboard provide number of solutions to provide a solution to number of problems of the client owner of a curtain and client company. Then the second conclusion is that the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio and the Microsoft Power BI tool were used to create the solution collection of relevant database. Like these are the two tools that we have used the most to create our solutions. And the well-organized database was created for the large company, which was a Australian content and blind company. And then fourth thing is database linked to Power BI to create dynamic and responsive graphs and to provide rapid and deep insights. Then the fifth is the project intended to help the organization in making critical choices quickly in order to improve efficiency and increase the supply chain. So these are the conclusions that we have drawn from whole this project, from creating this dashboard. These are the conclusion that we have drawn. So this is it. Thank you.